2 days ago, the French government confirmed it is leaving Windows. The DINUM, France's federal digital agency, announced it will migrate every government workstation to Linux. The decision was formalized at a meeting held under the authority of the Prime Minister's office, co-signed by NSSI, the National Cybersecurity Agency, the State Procurement Directorate, and the Enterprise Directorate, for government bodies aligned on a single decision. Alongside the announcement came a directive. Every French ministry, including its public operators, must produce a formal plan for reducing non-European digital dependencies by autumn 2026. Those plans must cover 7 domains: workstations, collaboration tools, antivirus software, artificial intelligence systems, databases, virtualization infrastructure, and network equipment. The State Procurement Directorate has already begun a dependency audit across all ministries. What has gone largely unmentioned in English-language coverage is that France already carried out a migration like this once before, inside one of its most security-sensitive institutions, and it has been running successfully for nearly 20 years. Most coverage frames the announcement as a reaction to Microsoft. Licensing costs are rising. Copilot is being embedded across the Windows ecosystem regardless of user preference, though Microsoft has recently begun rolling back some Copilot branding from applications like Photos, Notepad, and Snipping Tool after promising to reduce unnecessary entry points. Geopolitical trust between Europe and the United States has weakened under the current American administration. The European Parliament voted in January to direct the European Commission to identify areas where the EU can reduce its support for foreign technology providers. All of that is accurate. The actual cause, however, goes further. David Amiel, France's Minister of Public Action, put straight, France can no longer accept that its data, infrastructure, and strategic decisions depend on solutions whose rules, pricing, and evolution it does not control. And Lou Hananf, the Minister for AI and Digital Affairs, described digital sovereignty as a strategic imperative, not an option. This is a national security position, not a technology preference. The precedent behind the announcement is the French Gendarmerie, the national military police force, roughly 95,000 personnel spread across 4,300 installations in metropolitan France and overseas territories. The Gendarmerie started moving away from Windows in 2005, beginning with applications. Microsoft Office was replaced by OpenOffice, establishing the open document format as the nationwide standard. Internet Explorer gave way to Firefox. Outlook was swapped for Thunderbird. Each transition included targeted retraining programs. In 2008, the force launched a full operating system migration to GendBuntu, a custom Ubuntu-based distribution built by its own technical department. The rollout was gradual. 5,000 workstations received GendBuntu first, 1 per local police station, primarily for training. By late 2011, 35,000 machines were running it. By June 2014, the number had reached 65,000. By June 2024, 97% of Gendarmerie workstations, over 103,000 machines, ran GendBuntu. The colonel who oversaw the original migration described it as an event. Annual licensing savings amount to roughly €2 million. Total savings over the project's life are estimated at €50 million, with a 40% reduction in total cost of ownership. There was also a practical incentive. Staff who transferred to GendBuntu received a new computer with a widescreen monitor. Around 90% of the 10,000 machines the Gendarmerie purchases each year are now bought without an operating system, and GendBuntu is installed internally. It remains one of the largest Linux desktop deployments in any European public sector organization, running at full scale in a security-critical environment for close to 2 decades. The natural counterpoint is Munich. The city launched Linux in 2004, migrated roughly 15,000 desktops to a custom Ubuntu distribution, and reported initial savings of over €10 million in licensing. Linux was the first Linux desktop distribution to receive ISO 9240-1 usability certification from Germany's Technical Inspection Association. In 2017, the City Council voted to reverse the migration and return to Windows 10. The reversal cost an estimated €100 million, roughly $50 million in Windows 10 licensing, and another $50 million converting thousands of LibreOffice templates and macros back to Microsoft Office formats. Munich's failure was not primarily technical. The city's own head of IT services stated publicly that there were no compelling technical reasons for the reversal. Accenture, hired to evaluate Linux, recommended continuing with LibreOffice. The problems were organizational and political, a fragmented IT structure, inconsistent internal support, and a shift in municipal leadership. The deputy mayor who pushed the reversal openly called the Linux migration ideologically driven. Microsoft relocated its German headquarters to Munich during this period. Steve Ballmer had personally visited the city in 2003 to offer a 90% discount on Windows licenses. A study used to criticize Linux was financed by Microsoft through HP and never made public. The Gendarmerie took a different path. It maintained consistent leadership, built internal IT expertise, rolled out changes gradually, and operated without dependence on any external vendor's roadmap. Munich's reversal was a failure of governance and political continuity, not of Linux. France's current effort extends well beyond operating systems. The DINUM has built a full suite of sovereign collaboration tools called La Suite, composed entirely of open-source components. CHAP, an end-to-end, encrypted messaging platform on the Matrix protocol, is used by 600,000 government agents. The DINUM joined the Matrix.org Foundation in October 2025 to contribute to the protocol's development. Visio, a video conferencing platform on SE Number Cloud certified French infrastructure, has passed external security audits and a bug bounty program. France Transferred handles file sharing. The suite also includes collaborative document editing, spreadsheets, and AI-assisted meeting transcription. All components are MIT licensed and published on GitHub. France and Germany have signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on sovereign digital tools through La Suite. La Suite has drawn criticism from French private sector software companies who accuse the DINUM of competing unfairly by developing tools in-house. The DINUM responded that La Suite is not a commercial product but a set of digital commons built around security and interoperability requirements that existing offerings did not satisfy. The government has since committed to involving private industry through joint coalitions. The National Health Insurance Fund, the Caisse Nationale d'Assurance Maladie, recently confirmed the migration of its 80,000 agents to CHAP, Visio, and France Transferred. France's national health data platform is also moving to a sovereign cloud solution with completion targeted by the end of 2026. There is also OpenBuro, launched at FOSDEM 2026 by Linagra and DINUM. OpenBuro is not an office suite. It is an interoperability standard, an orchestration layer that allows independent open-source tools to function together the way Microsoft 365 unifies Word, Teams, Excel, and OneDrive. Where a traditional suite bundles everything into one package, OpenBuro creates a shared framework, a common file picker, shared authentication, consistent interface behavior, so that separate sovereign applications can operate as a coherent whole. Germany has taken a different approach with OpenDesk, managed by ZenDS, which packages Collabora Online, Nextcloud, and Element into a single deployable suite designed for immediate use. Version 1.0 launched earlier this year, targeting thousands of users, including the Bundeswehr. The two projects are considered complementary. OpenDesk is a monolith ready to deploy, while OpenBuro is the Federation standard meant to connect tools across borders. These are coordinated European efforts to build a working alternative to American enterprise software. The DINUM's first Industrial Digital Summit, scheduled for June 2026, will formalize a public-private alliance for European digital sovereignty. For IT professionals and developers, the implication is direct. European public sector demand for Linux-native enterprise solutions, sovereign cloud services, and open-source collaboration platforms is set to grow significantly. For everyone else, this is not a consumer product story, and no one is proposing replacing personal Windows installations. The underlying logic, though, applies more broadly. Who controls the software an institution depends on, who decides when features change, when data moves, when costs rise. Those are not questions reserved for governments alone.